Hey sports fans, Christopher here on the channel bringing to you a final season regular season game, Rattlers, thinking Texas State. Rattlers in the purple, taking on the Buda Jags in the black. These two met for the season opener and the Rattlers got the better of the two of them. And here they are with the season finale as well, but they're not in the same district. So the Jags record 4-0 in district, and so you would think they've done enough to lock up a playoff spot, with the result of this one not really mattering in district play. There'll be two semifinal games next week, and both these teams hoping that they're in it. And the Rattlers make quick work of the very first outing as they've got the ball here on the side. And a quick 2-0. That youngster right there who scored had, I think, something like 22 points the first time these two played in their 33-14 win. And then trying to get a steal there. Darren has it, trying to split the defense, looking for Sarin. Sarin trying to give it back to him, and now Sarin gonna give it back to Darren. Darren on the wing. Back to Jackson, shoot, and shot is short, gets his own board, looking to go back up, but swiped. A lot of these Rattlers players on some select basketball teams, so they definitely are the standard here in this league. And Sarin comes with a block, but they're going to call him for the foul. San Marcos will inbound under their basket here. And nobody guarding, now Kobe will. And they'll find there, Sarin nearly swipes one, trying to stay with it, a step back jumper, and off the front iron, a good looking shot, just wouldn't go. And now a jump ball. You don't see too many at this age driving to the basket with the finesse that number 30 did for the Rattlers, and then a double dribble called on Colby. 30 inbounds, and into the corner goes the pass. Castilla, a deep shot, squeaks off the backboard and out of bounds. But off on the Jags, and so the Rattlers inbound, and the drive past the defense, and 34 has no problems getting in the lane. So Colby will try his second attempt, and they'll pick him up right at midcourt, looking to his right side. Now gives it back to Sarin. Sarin trying to wheel around, and the reach-in called on 24. So bounce pass to Darren from Sarin. Darren racing to his left, parked up and tried to cross over. 30 was there, now gives it over to Sarin, and Sarin called for the travel. They're not gonna let him get away with much today. So here comes 30 with some pace. Darren will pick him up on the right side. He'll move down the baseline. High pass, Sarin intercepts it. Here comes 0, going the other direction. 24, and Sarin puts one up off the glass and bags it down. And the Rattlers lead only by 2 now. So a good steal, fast break. Sarin trying to go for another one there. Thomas now slides over to help. Maya's gonna take the jumper and rattles it home. It's a long 2-ball. 6-2 Rattler count. And number 1 will do the point guard duties. Working to his left side. Open territory. Splits the defense into the paint. Finger roll. And nicely done. 3:50 in the opening quarter. A 2-point lead for the Rattlers. 30. Collided with Darren, and they'll call him for the foul. And the blocking foul the case, or maybe it was a reach. And with all these boys playing so aggressive, you got to wonder if some of them might find themselves in foul trouble early. J-Dog on the back of his jersey, crossing over to the right side. Pass underneath, open, 24, and Sarin collides with him, and he'll send him to the line for the first free throw of the day. So 24, 1 of 2, a flip of the wrist to rehearse the shot. And a good backspin on that one, just wouldn't quite find it. So fresh feet for the Rattlers in the form of 4 players besides the shooter on the court. So this one, a rebounding opportunity if missed. And 24 lets it fly and knocks it down. 7-4 the count. 2:19 in the opening quarter. Darren sticks a finger in the air and chooses the right side. And then a foul, a moving screen called, and she's calling everything today. Darren will pick up the dribbler. Moving to his right side. Pass back as the defense comes off. 13. Sarin trying to chase for it. Shot goes up, misses to the right side, and Darren has the board. And he'll not waste much time letting him get down. Darren hits the gas and then gets tied up by 15 and the jump ball called. Just over a minute to play in the opening. 7-4 game. To the right side, the dribbler works. Little crossover. Hard, good dribble, and the foul, and one. And he'll go to the line for a three-point opportunity. So rebound opportunity here if missed. 30 seconds to go in the opening quarter. And a miss off to the right. In fact, it wedges up there for a dead ball. Javon inbounds to Darren with 15 seconds to go. Hey, 10 seconds, Darren. Darren moves to his left side. Gonna try a three ball. Too high off the glass. And ball's loose for a minute. And now a tie-up called as we sound the alarm for one period in the books. 9-4, Rattlers here early. Thomas will inbound for the Jags. Darren ready to likely receive it. Nope. Oh, just a switch of the sides. And clock starts. 5-point spread here. Darren works to his right. 30 back in, trying to guard him up. Darren's going to take the three ball and finds nothing. And Javon couldn't quite save it. 30 with a pat of the head, gonna see if he can't pick up where he left off. And then the moving screen violation called again, but this time on the Rattlers, I think. This is the first game I've ever seen the moving screen called at this age. And now it's been called twice. Darren parking and stopping, starting and going. Looking for help, finds Jackson, and the ball's loose. Nearly a turnover, but 10 saves it. And then a prayer up, but 30 there, and a fast break. Here he comes down the left side. Darren trying to find him and fouls him. Darren, I believe, has got two and an and one coming. 11-4, a chance to add a point to it here for 30 at his first trip to the line today. A left-handed shooter, and the ball still on the rotation. Found the backside of the rim, and Darren has the board. 6-14 in opening half. And Darren moves to his right side. Over to Thomas. Thomas into the paint and fouled on the ground. So inbounding underneath, Javon looking for Thomas, found him. Thomas wheeling back around, and then the whistle blows to stop that play. Two fouls against the Rattlers in a row on the floor. Javon will inbound again. And looking for Logan, found a Rattler. And Thomas slides over to try to stop the bleeding there. The shot goes up and in, and 13's on the board. So 13-4, a 9-point lead, and it's getting bigger by the minute. Darren working back and forth, splits the defense, finger roll up, but too strong and didn't find the spot of the glass that he wanted. And the Rattlers there to happily receive it. 30 on a fast break, behind the back, left side. Pass over to 15 on the baseline. Through his legs, and Darren scoops it up. Here comes Darren and throws it to Thomas. The pass finds his legs. Ball loose for a minute, and then he wraps it up. The Rattler player, that is. Thomas trying to pick him up. Ball loose. Finds an open 23 who puts it up and rattles out. And Lucas, or Logan, I'm not sure which one 9 is, has the board there. Four minutes to go. Thomas sets the screen. Darren all the way to the left side, sends the player by and rattles one home. The 6th point on the board now for the Jags. So everybody went to the bench like it was a timeout, but the clock kept running, and so I guess they negated the timeout. Here comes 30, blasting past the defense, and now he's got to try to back it back out, and he finds Javon. Javon dishes it off to Darren. Sarin checks back in the game, and it's a 13-6 count. Darren, and the moving screen called again, I think. 24, hot pass underneath the 21, and tackled. Rattlers stack it up. Find 24. Down the baseline he goes, rolls one across. 30 sticks his tall arms up, and then thrown out against Darren's legs, and so it'll stay down here on Purple's end. Try number 2 on the inbound. Pump fake. Pass to 24. Sends Sarin past him. Sideways spiraling shot, but it's going to find it and drop in, and that's his second from downtown. 15-6. Back to the 9-point lead for the Rattlers. Darren crossing over to the right side, finger roll, and wouldn't go. And Scrappy trying to fight for it, and it's a jump ball there with the tie-up. Rattlers coach telling his players to not let Darren split them on that drive. And if they play wider, that they'll have a better effort at it. That one finds the underneath side of the backboard rather. 11, who hadn't had a lot of action today, is the tallest kid on the floor, stolen by Darren. Here comes Darren, number 1. Lets the defense go by, puts one up and rolls it to the left side, unlucky. 24 has the board moving the other direction. Hot pass to the wing, thought about the long 3. Now the ball will be taken off the front of the rim. Sarin has it, and Sarin thought about going quick. Keeps the dribble alive as he gets up, so a legal play to hop to his feet. Though they don't usually call that one. Wouldn't surprise me here today, though. Hot pass over to Sarin. Sarin trying to find it, blocked, and the ricochet goes right to the Rattlers. And Sarin lets him have it. And that's his second easy layup from the right side. 38 seconds in half number 1. 17-6 situation. Darren moves to the right. Sarin trying to keep the screen legal, and Sarin will get the ball, drive into the paint, spin around, press back out to Darren. Darren trying to find now space. He'll shoot the 3 ball off the front iron. 30 grabs it out of the air. Fast break, moving down. Sarin trying to defend it. The finger roll won't go. And Sarin trying to catch his breath, as is Darren. A lot of hustle. 7 seconds. Darren trying to split the defense. And the foul called before the shot could go. And we'll go to the break, 17-6. Mostly Rattlers here in this one. So going the other direction, Jag basketball. And Sarin has it at the top, finds Thomas. Thomas loses it, and Sarin gets it back. Sarin gonna be called, no, they're gonna call the foul on 13. Inbound goes to Colby. Colby finds Thomas. Thomas handoff to Sarin. Sarin trying to go through the legs. Thomas wheels around to his right side, finds Colby there on the baseline, and then throws it to 24 for the Rattlers. Overhand, heavy pass, 13, trying to get it. Sarin sticks a hand up, and the pass is short. Javon has it and steps out of bounds. So inbounding underneath, and Sarin knocks that one out. Inbound number 2. And Sarin trying to strip that one as well, and the turnover ensues. A good hustle play by Zero there, causing that turnover. And he'll bring the ball down. Crossing over, moving to his right side, behind the back. Finds Thomas. Thomas moving to his right side now. Gonna try to drive all the way in, but swiped by the Rattler defense. 24, who's shown he can shoot the ball a bit. Nearly stolen by Sarin, and then picks it up and keeps going. Little pass over the top, knocked away by Javon. So not knocked away by Javon, knocked away by the Rattlers, and a Jag basketball. 17-6, the count. Sarin picks up the dribble and called for the travel. Darren checks back in to the ball game, as well as Jackson. And here come the Rattlers with some pace. Sarin called for the reach. So Sarin in foul trouble. He's got 4. 5 would foul him out. Castillo trying to take a deep ball. He'll shoot it, find the left side, and Darren wrestles for a rebound and a jump ball called. Press goes to the right side. Sarin trying to guard up a shot that goes in. He's got 3 from the corner. And you can just tell these Rattler players have played a lot of basketball in their young lives, and it's showing here today. Darren with it in his hands, trying to cross back and forth over. Finds Sarin. Sarin gonna shoot a long ball off the backside of the iron. Offensive rebound, Thomas into the paint, and then loses it. 24 unimpeded, will walk this one down, now a jog. 3:24 in the third. They haven't moved the dot over to the third period. And into the paint, finds room, puts one up and rolls it off the back. And then gets his own board back. Presses to 11, who loses the hot pass. Javon trying to stay with him. Darren says, I'll take that. Moving to the right side. Pump fake, should have just taken that one all the way. Deflected. He could draw the foul if he goes up. The ball stays with the Jags. And bounce pass to Sarin, baseline shot up and off the top of the backboard, will be out of bounds. Couple options down here for the Rattlers. He finds 30 behind the back, through the legs, crossover, got 3 tricks in that one. And then picks up the dribble and nearly stripped from the backside by Thomas. Thomas takes it out of his hands. How about 58, moving back down the court. And then 24 from behind and then rolls around to 11 and he'll wrap that one up. Playing a good probably the best I've seen him play this season. 30, turnaround shot goes to the backside of the iron, and Thomas has another board. Well, not quite. Sarin chips it away. So Jags needing to find some offense. Meanwhile, the Rattlers put a shot up and fouled, I think, by Jackson in the act of shooting. The back of 24's jersey has a backwards S or 2 or something, so I can't really tell how to pronounce it. Mr. Says, perhaps it says. S-E-Z, but with a backwards S. But no matter what the back of his jersey says, he can flat out shoot, and he's probably in double digits today, leading the Rattlers, I'll bet you. Perhaps it says too easy, and that's, I guess, what we're seeing. It's a confusing part of a number and a letter, and he bags them both. 21-6, the new score with 37 seconds to go in the third quarter. Darren off the dribble to the left side. Kick out to Sarin. Sarin has the dribble but finds Darren. Darren wheels around into the paint, puts one up, and won't roll it home. Javon and Thomas both have hands on it, but now so does J-Dog. So nobody picking up the Rattlers as they come across midcourt, and a huge heave by Mr. Too Easy, and nearly found it off the back edge of the iron. Start of Q4. Colby to Darren, 21-6 Rattler lead. Right-handed dribble, now to the left hand, and fouled in the act. No, the whistle blew on this side, and she did the sign of a deflection, but they're gonna go with the foul and go with the shot. Certainly a season low offensive output for the Jags, being held to only 6 points thus far with 7:20 to go in the game. Darren gonna see if he can do something about that right here. And uses the backboard. Grayson steps across the three-point line, but the ref will give him some grace. Second shot on its way, and this one too strong. Darren has his own rebound though, spins around, puts up a prayer, and won't go as 30 finds it. With pace, here he comes to the right side, and Darren swipes him. Takes it away, and here comes one going the other direction. Nobody on him, so easy put up, and he's got another one. 9 points for the Jags. 30 with pace to the right side. Dip of its shoulder behind the back, and Darren trying to go for another swipe, and now the foul called. A shove called on Darren, and he nearly swipes another one. This one, though, out of bounds, but the referee points to the right side that it's a Jags ball. 21-9, 5:57 to go. Darren with a little dip, trying to keep it alive, maybe a little carry there, and the block ensues, and Darren tries to save it, but right to 30's hands. Coming with pace, Darren reaches in, but couldn't impede it all the way, and then he shoots, but off to the right. In fact, 9 may have gotten a block on it. One of the Gallo brothers there. Colby has it in his hands. Coming the other direction. Calls for a play. Darren comes to set the screen. Colby works off of it to the left side. 15 swipes. Colby all the way there, puts the shot up, and it won't quite go, but a good look from 30. Here come the Rattlers the other direction. And a little flip, but a double dribble called. 12-point lead for the Rattlers with 4:56 to go. Darren blasting to the right side. Puts the shot up and in. He's got a drive on the right edge. A 10-point ball game now. And 30 with a little rainbow pass to 13. 13 spins around. Finds another man on the baseline. Trying to take aim, and double dribble called, a turnover. 4 minutes to go in a 10-point game. Darren walks it down. Jags will have to be conscious of the ticking clock. Crossover, Darren keeping the dribble somehow alive. Barks it up to the right side, and now the whistle blows as a foul called. So Darren's got 2 coming, 3:25 on a moving clock. Got to make up 10. And won't do any of it there. Sarn and Thomas have checked back into the ball game. So Logan, Lucas, Darren, Sarn, and Thomas, and Darren does make good of one of the two right there. A 21-12 9-point lead for the Rattlers. Huge pass to the corner. 11 there, catch and shoot, too strong, but his man's there to get him, and then 30 over the back. And they're gonna say no over the back, but just out of bounds on the Jags. Inbound, pump fake, finds his guy. 24 can shoot, and he's got room to do it. A lot of backspin on that ball, but misses as it's too deep and out of bounds. It'll be a Jag basketball. 2:29 shown on the clock, and it's moving until 2 minutes. Thirty will pick Darren up. Sarn comes over to try to set a screen, and they steal it from Darren as he tries to move to the right side. 30, hot pass over to 24. Sarn trying to stay with him. Now Thomas slides over. Pass deflected by Darren, but 21 finds it. Press pass over to 13. And he knocks another one down as it's out of camera. That's his second one. They kind of came alive after his first make off the bench, like maybe he doesn't make those all the time, but he's made two now, and he's probably set a new normal for himself. And then a timeout on the Jag bench, 1:50 to go. 1:37, clock is ticking now. And Sarn calling for it, knocked out by 13. It'll stay with the Jags. The clock should stop as it's out of bounds, under 2 minutes traditionally, but it's ticking off. Darren pump faking, looking for a prayer, and 11 steps in front of it. And puts a layup up that won't quite go. Sarn wrestles for the board and has it. Gives it to Darren, they're gonna press him. Darren racing to the right side. Fouled there with the reach in, and that one will not stop the clock either. Anyway, pass goes to Darren right side, and the layup won't drop. It's been one of those kind of offensive shooting days. Got his own shot back, but too strong. And out of bounds. In the last game, the clock traditionally stopped under 2 minutes, but in this one, it's not. They're just running it the whole way through. I don't know if that was an agreement the coaches made or just absent-minded from the clock keepers. Darren trying to find an open lane to pass this one in. Finds Jackson. Jackson gonna take a shot and never found the rim. Jackson gets his own board off the front iron. Thomas has it. Thomas will take a shot and fouled in the act of shooting, but with the clock running, he won't get to. 1-0, and that's the end of things. Well, the referee says he's gonna get his two shots. Now they're discussing it. And he shrugs his shoulders and says, I don't know. So that's how this one's officiated. 23-12, Rattlers get it. We'll see you guys next time if there is one this season.